All right, dear friends, we are here to try something new. Maybe you haven't done it before, maybe you did it before, but everything you'll be doing today will be different because you're doing it with me. So my name is Svetlana. I am a digital consultant of personal growth and development and business consultant. So if you have anything in your life that needs to be looked at from a different perspective, I'll be happy to help you with that. Today, my goal is to share a simple method of entering your unconscious mind. What is unconscious mind? It's that part of the brain that is not necessarily communicating clearly through your conscious words, sentences, and actions. This is the part of the brain that is hiding like a little child because it's scared. We all go through the experiences in life, after which we remember things that help us avoid problems in the future. But we grow up and we forget that we're no longer little child, that many things that we couldn't do before, we now can. We have an expertise, an experience, and powers, mind powers, psychological powers that we didn't have when we were little. And so some of the things that we used to is no longer safe even. It was safe for the little child to hide. It's not safe for an adult to hide because you will not get a promotion, you will not get ahead in life, you will not be able to have a relationship. So today, I'm going to talk to you about certain things that I know from my experience of having many consultations through my working life and also through my personal experience. I am a successful woman in life, have successfully built a family, many businesses, and my coaching practice. I'm also an artist and an author. You can find my work on YouTube and Amazon. And therefore, I can share the experience of how I came to success. It might be different for you, but actually every one of us have a strategy for success, a formula for success. That formula is based on your birth date. Time is also important, but the most important is the day, month, and year of your birth. And depending on these numbers, I can help you realize what is your talent, what is your innate competence, and what competence you are lacking. And therefore, maybe some of the ideas that you have are not coming to life for you. And also, not only that you have competencies or incompetencies, you have your personal life experience, which we will look at from a position of digital psychology. So in digital psychology, it's called Syucai, we use 9 numbers to understand the quality from which we create things. What does it mean? We assign 1 to 9 to different qualities that we're seeking in life, different standards that we're seeking in life that correlate to the numbers in your birth. So every number in your birth is between 1 and 9. And using this number to identify the energy, the state of mind, the state of emotion, the state, the physical state of your affairs simplifies things. So it's a simple way to look into things. So we'll start with 9 levels of consciousness. I've been observing that people react differently to the same event. And so to understand why you have different reactions, different actions, different thoughts, I will give you the first action that we will do today in our Collage, soul collage. And I called that meeting soul and goal, because very often our goal does not match our soul, and therefore our soul does not want to do the goal, and therefore the goal is never accomplished. So those are the conflict in consciousness, and we will look where those conflicts come from. So I ask you to bring a big piece of paper, a poster size or half a poster size would be good. If you don't have a poster size, You just take a regular piece of paper and you just glue two of them together, and then you have much bigger space, working space. The bigger the working space, the more realization you have. So you can have double the size. You would need markers, pen, notebook, scissors, scotch, and any type of magazine, anything, even advertisement. So if you're looking at in recorded version, stop here, go get your materials and come back. And we will begin. So here is where we begin. You take your big piece of paper, and we are going to work first with the with one side, and then we will work with another side. So on this side, make 9 concentric circles. I will not show you anything, because if you're interested in doing something by yourself, that means that you are ready, that you're adult enough to take responsibility of making 9 concentric circles. You don't need me to do that. But what is concentric circle? I hope you know. Those are the circles that run around each other, right? So make 9 concentric circles. In the first circle, you're gonna put the name I, me, myself, and I. This is the center of your universe. This is where all the decisions come from. And this is where we usually feel egocentric. I want things done exactly the way I want. I want to be who I want. I want to do what I want. And so everything comes from here. You're like a sunshine. You're a sun of your universe, the 9 levels universe that is shining out. But this level does not happen without parents. So right in that place, write down parents. So in this first concentric circle, I am, and also my parents are. So that's the first level of consciousness from which you look at everything. And many people think they're grown up, but they're not, because they still think the way their parents think. They live where parents live, sometimes even in the same house. They eat the same food. They dress in the same style. And if something is not very clear, they run back to the parents to ask what to do. And they also are supported by their parents. So beyond 18, you cannot really be in the same family or live in the same space without feeling rebellious, because at that level, you're no longer a child, you're an adult. The second concentric circle around I would be my family. Your parents are not your family. Your parents are your parents. They have a family. Within that family, they brought to life you. But your family is the family that you are building. So if you are building a family with the husband, with the child, with the multiple children or multiple husbands, this is still your family. So some people get divorced and they think that it's over. It's never over, especially if you have children together. And so when you think from this level of consciousness, you are not 100% free person. Even though you're no longer a child to your parents, you are codependent on your family and they're dependent on you. And that level of consciousness keep you within its parameters, of course. We'll talk more about it later, but right now, just make a third concentric circle in which is the money and the work to produce the money. This is the level of consciousness where you sell yourself, your soul, and your skills, and your knowledge, and your expertise for the money. And at that level, when you're connected with the parents, what they think about what you should do, and your family, how much money I need to produce to support my family, then the work would make you feel as you are a slave. So between those first 3 circles, the level of consciousness, you're always fluctuating in and out, in and out, in and out, because this is a first little sandbox in which little children play. And if you never grow outside of those 3 levels, you will always feel compressed, limited in your choices, and also not being able to produce, to scale, to produce more. in order to jump out of this level of consciousness, this very low level of consciousness, which is survival level, I need my parents to support me. I need to support my parents. I need to support my children. My children should support me. And my boss should do what I want to do, but give me the work that I want to do. But my boss doesn't care. He doesn't give me enough money or enough status or enough responsibilities. Always there is a codependency. When you get to the level of the heart, the fourth level, there is an explosion, emotional explosion. My heart cannot live like this anymore, or my heart wants to do something different. It's always about emotions. I love this and I hate that. So this is the place where many people experience crisis. So in here, you can write choice, love choice, heart choice. And that's where you, for the first time, realize that you are bigger than your family or your parents or even your work. And the choices you start making here require authority for your life. So make the next circle, the 5th circle around, and this is expansion of your consciousness. And the 5th circle is about, I am an author of my life. I can say my truth. I can share my truth. I can understand other people because they have authority in their life. So I do not dictate where my children or my parents should be or what they should go or what they should do or how they should behave toward me or how they should behave, period. I teach them from the authority of who I am, from the authorship of who I am, and then the relationship moves to the next level in which we respect each other's choices and we act from love, not from crisis, because we no longer struggle. We have an authority over our life. We have an responsibility for one life. And we understand the value of this life. And this is the value. I value my life. And then I can love my life. And from this, I can love everybody else and help everybody else with what I want to help with, not with what's required of me or what I should do. The next level, level 6, around the level 5, we have the next concentric circle. And this is the level of quality. What is the quality of my life? How comfortable it is, how full of love it is, how full of life I am. And this is the level where you start teaching by example. You reach the level of consciousness in which you no longer dependable on other people for what you think is right for you. The responsibility in your hand, you start making decisions and follow with the actions. And now the quality of your life is up to your standard. Then you can love everybody. Before that, you don't love anybody. You need others. They need you. And we mistake need for love. So as we move to this level, we become teachers for others. But it's not the teacher in a school. It's not the mother or the father. It's not your children. It's not your boss. It's you as an author of your life can share by doing something in your life, by bringing something in your life. When you're asked, you could be given an answer. And that's the level of the teacher that you are. We all are teachers to somebody. We're all mentoring somebody. And so the next level is the energy you create in life. It's the ability to move and energize your life. So if your energy is leaking, if you're doing something you don't like, if you hate your life, if you're in relationships in which you have to be very diplomatic and, walk on the eggshells because what happens, I'm dependent on that person, you actually do not have energy. You think energy could be bought, right? If I buy this dress, I feel better. If I buy this car, I feel better. If I live in this house, I feel better. You feel better for a few minutes because it's something new. And then you leak the energy again. So the energy cannot be taken from the material plane. It cannot be taken from anybody else. The energy is something you produce. You either generate energy or degenerate energy. And so this is the level of consciousness where you understand you need to be a master of life because the energy of life will not move through you. Movement, walking, for example, or yoga or dancing or anything else you do is life-sustaining. If you are not moving, anything that's not moving is deteriorating. You make the decisions. The next level is the level when you're not only mastered the energy, you now realize things with this energy. So now when you become a realizer, when you become a manifester, you can now see your processes, how you do things, who you're doing things with, how does it look in your life, does it bring a material result? And from this level, you start setting up the processes in a way that works for you, so you can bring things to completion and see the material result. So it's not about having, it's about learning how to produce, how to realize, and then how to realize it in a way that makes sense to you as an author. Because as an author, you can identify what you want and what are the actions that you need, what is the quality that you need, how much energy do you need, and what kind of result are you getting by creating a process. This is level of consciousness number 8. And number 9 is where you see the completion, because you've generated an idea, you materialize this idea, and now you bring yourself to safety. You know that you can do more of this. All the worries happens from that level of consciousness is when you think that you don't know things. But before you do them, you don't know if your idea works or not. So this is the level where you generate idea, and you see the completion of this idea, and you feel safe and secure that you're okay, that you can do more of it. From here, you could be an altruist. From here, you can help other people. This is the level where you really can help. You cannot help when you're dependent or when you need something. And you cannot help when you need money. And you cannot help when you don't have energy, or you don't have a quality in your life, or you don't have the quality in what you are offering, or when you cannot understand that you are valuable, that what you create is valuable, that there are people who need to hear you, whether it's one person, 3 people, or the whole world. Now, from I to these 9 levels is a big expansion. So how many people do you have in your masterclass? How many people do you have in your business? How many people do you have in your family? How many people can you serve and help? Is the reflection of the level of consciousness that you have right now. And I also see the reflection of my consciousness in the things I do. So now, on this side of the of your paper, you see what are the competencies, what are the consciousness level you need to accomplish what you want. An idea that brought to materialization through the process you create, with the energy that you have and the quality that you want, with the actions that you realize as an author of this process, with the goal of my heart. What do I want to do in this life? How I want to show up? Who do I want to do this with? Who do I love? Where is my crisis? What do I need to let go? So I don't get stuck only in working for 1 hour per hour money under somebody's supervision who is not up to my standard, or always supporting my children and my parents because I have to. Now you are gonna turn the paper on the other side. So let's say you have concentrical circles like this. Then we turn it on this side. And on this side, on the new side, we are gonna imagine that that side is split in 4 columns. So you have 4 spaces. One space, one of those 4, something like this. So the paper is big, you have space for many different things. On one side of it, you are gonna answer very shortly, very succinct. You will write down the answer to the question I'm gonna ask you. And this is not how things should be. These are the answers how things are. Number 1, just the answer. What's the most important in my life? What's the most important thing in my life? And what does not let me manage it well? What do I see is the most important thing in my life? And what doesn't let me manage it well? What is so important that I need it, but I cannot produce it, I cannot do it? When I say manage, what I mean is that I cannot build the strategy around it and get it done. I know there are many important things, but what's on our mind is usually what we cannot get, places we stuck. So what is this most important thing in my life? It doesn't have to be business or family, it could be anything. You, people, anything. What would be the thing you would like to strategize about? And you need to do it fast because we're working with your subconscious. Number 2, so you're going down that quarter, going down. Number 2 is who do I save right now in my life? What limits me in my relationships? What are the things that are not happening in my relationships? Who do I need to save more? Who do I need to put my time and resources into? What's limiting my other relationship, my expansion in the world? So where is the struggle? What do I feel about my relationships the most? How do I feel the most? So this question is about struggle in my relationship. What is the things that I'd like to do better in my relationship? Or who is that thing? So the first question was more about my focus, where my focus always goes, what I need, what I want. The second one, where my emotions are, how my relationship affect my emotions. So take one. Later on, you can take more. Who do I feel the most limited with in my relationship? Who limits me the most? Who do I think is limiting me the most? Because I need to give to this, and I don't have time for anything else. I had a friend who was not my friend at the time, and I asked why we never, meet. When we do meet, we have fun, but we never meet. And he said, I have so many friends, I cannot manage the ones I have. I'm like, really? About a year later, he's like, I have space for you. Okay. Interesting. Number 3, where in my system, in my life system or in my business system, I feel very strong boundaries, like limiting framework within my system. Where do I need to expand in the system of my life? Whatever part of this life, just choose one. Or where do I like the system? Where I have a so open boundaries, open framework that I cannot really build the system. Where do I lack the system? Or where I have the system that is so contracting, I cannot do anything because I have to follow the system. Do it fast, don't think too much. You know where you feel contracted, you know where you feel expanded, and you know where you don't have a system. Today I had a client in the morning, 2 businesses, no system. I asked him 3 questions, and he's like, oh my God, I never thought about it. So right now think, where do you don't have any framework, and you go, we'll see what happens. That kind of boundaries. And where do you have such a strong system that doesn't let you innovate? All right. 2 words. The next question. Where do you lack the information, the knowledge? What would you like to know? What do you need to know to make clear goals? Because sometimes we see a lot and we want a lot, but you need one thing at a time to integrate. So what is the lacking? Is there a competency or knowledge? You don't understand something. You need to understand that in order for you to structure anything or to have a goal around anybody or to have the relationship. What are you lacking in competency, in knowledge? What would you need to know so you can do new things, something different, something you want to do? What are you lacking in knowledge? What is a single thing or a couple things that will absolutely turn your life upside down if you would know that? Some people come to me and say, if I would know my destiny, I will totally be okay. And when you give them the destiny, because I can calculate that, and I can also read the field, I'm very intuitive, they say, it would be so hard. And what would my husband say? So what knowledge do you need to step away from the old into the new and be an innovator? All right. Next one, number 5. Where can I cannot expand and scale? Where is my communication is lacking? Where am I not connecting? Where is the disconnect? Who do I need to communicate with? This is the question about communication. Who is hard to communicate with? Or what in you is hard to communicate about? So in your life, where is the communication issue? Who does not understand you? Who you don't understand? What about communication? What's happening in your communication? Where you cannot bring what is important to you into discussion? And why is it happening? This is more about authority, yeah, who you are. Why can't I tell my truth? Where can't I tell my truth? All right. 1 or 2 words. I'm not asking for essay. Number 6, the quality of my life. Where is the quality not up to my standards? What one area of my life that bothers you the most? Where is quality is not up to your standard? Where you do not love it? Where it's not comfortable? Where it's something you cannot live with, but you still do? What is this area? What's not happening? So it doesn't give you what you want. All right. Question number 7. Where do I lose energy? What conversations, what relationship, what work, what places? I'm full of energy, deflate. How do I lose energy? Is it food? Is it sleep? After my dinner, I just cannot look straight and think straight. In the morning, I cannot wake up. Where do I lose the energy? What happens to me? Where does my energy go? What gives me energy too? Where do I get the energy? All right, maybe you're full of energy. Then you write, where most of my energy comes from. For some people, most of the energy comes from a drink or comes from the relationship. When she's around me, I'm okay. When he's around me, I'm okay. But alone, I'm... So where my energy comes from and where do I lose the energy? Number 8. who or what I need to control in my life, where I'm feeling out of control, where am I in a spin, where am I spinning, who or what do I need to control? And if I don't control, I'm just not feeling okay. Where am I lacking the result? If they would listen to me, the result would be better, right? Where am I not seeing the result based on the process that is not in my control? Because if you have situations in your life that you are not having anything to say about, you cannot expect the result you want. You can only create the result you want when you are in charge of the process, or at least it's aligned process, the process aligned with your desires. So where in my life do I need to control, or over who do I need to control in my life so I can feel safe and secure? All right. Or what, or who, or where. And the last question, number 9, we're writing a lot because we're activating your consciousness. If your consciousness is not activating, the pictures on collage will mean nothing. Who do I want to be? Who do I want to be? When I talk to people, everyone says, I want to help people. I want to help everybody. Very rarely somebody says, I only want things for myself. I want to help people. And the help comes from those 9 levels of consciousness we just covered. Help only myself. I want all the money for myself. I want to be able to take my children on vacation. I should be able to support my parents and buy them the house or a car or something like that. I should put my kids through the college. So this is the first level. Or I want to do something for my community, or I want to create something for the humanity, or I want to be on a planetary scale and do something in the cosmos like Elon Musk. But we want to help people. Depending on how many people, this is how God gives you energy. So who do I want to help? What do I want to do for others? What exactly do I want to do? I have 2 kids. I want to put them through college so they don't have any loans. This is what I want to do. This is my help. So your service to whoever. I want to create a deck of cards that help people. This is my deck of cards, Brave and Unstoppable. And I want to help people to eliminate fears. So every card is about an animal, and it's about the fear. This one is the fear of utility. Sometimes we don't think because we're scared of utility. And the other side of this card is an explanation what that fear is about and how to get out of this fear. And those are the metaphorical cards I work with and play. I create a big game for humanity. This is what I do right now. All right, very good. Now, when you have a part of your paper is already, this part is done, you put it behind like that so it doesn't bother you. And on the rest of the space, we're going to do a collage. The collage is going to be very fast. By the way, if you didn't do something, didn't finish it, you can pause the video, come back and do what you need to do, and then come back to this moment. So from this point, we're going to do a collage. How do we do a collage? We will take, rip out the pages from the magazine. And the magazine could be advertisement magazine, anything that comes on the mail for the Christmas. It could be newspaper. It could be a picture from a child book. It could be anything. It could be fashion magazine. It could be anything. Any picture that comes into your attention. So the way we're going to do it, we're going to rip the whole page. And for 3 or 4 pages, just open your magazines, find 3 or 4 pages that you like the most, that are most colorful, more interesting. Maybe they have interesting words. And without cutting anything from these pages, you're going to cover the white space. We started with the level of consciousness. Then we had part of the paper where we wrote our questions to activate our consciousness. So we now took this part where all the questions are, and we bend it back. So this part is no longer visible. You just have white surface. Where you wrote your answers is no longer in front of you. You're not looking at it. You already activated your mind. Now you're only working with the surface. And you're gonna put images, those 3 or 4 pages, you rip out and you put them, for example, one image like this, one like this, one like this, one like this. You can put things on diagonal, upside down. If you feel that 4 pages are too big and they cover all your space, you can rip a piece of it, rip, not cut. Any place you want, you rip it, and you layer things. So maybe the first page is fully on a page, and maybe the second one, you rip a piece and you put it somewhere diagonally. Maybe the third one, you put a full page, or 1/3 of the page, or 3/4 of the page, however it looks to you. So the simple action that you're doing right now, you take a magazine page, you put it right on your collage. So now on the white surface, you have a page of collage. Okay, so this whole page is all the magazine's images, words, and everything else. And then you take the third page, you rip a piece of it, and on that page that is already full of images, you put it somewhere like this, or like this, or like this. And so 3 to 4 different images you're just layering as a base to your collage. Do it now. I'm giving you time. So you're just opening your magazine, you fast, you look at it, okay, 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 okay. Do not think, just rip it out, rip it out. It should take you 3 minutes, maybe 5. If you think too much, it would not be your subconscious. Very good. Now take your scotch and attach that to the page. First, you attach the first layer. Make sure that you have enough space to attach. So if the image from the magazine is bigger than your paper, rip it off so you have enough space to layer one on the another and attach with the scotch. If that image is smaller than your paper, you can place all 4 images to cover all the space. Make sure that you use as much space on your collage so you don't have any white spaces left. Just cover it all with these 3 to 4 images that you just ripped out of your magazine. And connect them all with the scotch securely so it doesn't move. Another minute. Okay. The next, if you are not done, pause the video, start again. The next level. In your magazines, find all the images that have people in them, just the people. So rip out small people, big people, in people together, groups of people, one person, a couple people, as many of different ways people are together. And this time you're gonna also rip, not cut. So in order to rip successfully, you hold the paper tightly and you rip right where your fingers are, like this. Then you can even create a circle or whatever you want. So 3 to 5 images of the people. Go for it. Find the people images. Rip it out. First, rip out the whole page so it's fast. Then rip small pieces of it. As you rip them out, with your Scotch tape, attach on that base that you just created with the big images. Again, don't think too much. Just put them wherever they are, whatever they go. Stick those people anywhere you want. So 3 to 5 images of the people in groups or by themselves. Whether they have the body or not, it's fine. Just the face is okay. If there's a whole body, it's okay. If there are some words that are around these people that you want to use, put them on. You don't have to do just the face. It could be a face with the phrase. All right. So you have 3 to 5 images of the people. Please attach them to your base collage. And this is your layer number 2. Layer number 3, go to the magazine and find the most inspiring phrases or words or phrases. You can cut or rip however you want it, because it's hard to rip the letters. So if you have scissors, you can cut. If you don't have scissors, you can rip. But right now, 3 to 5 words or phrases that kind of into your face. Kind of like, oh, yeah, I like that. Or, I hate that. So something that awakens the emotion within you. Find those phrases. When you found those phrases, cut them out, place them on the base. Do not cover the images of the people that you have already. Place them anywhere you want. Maybe some of these words or phrases you want to give to the people as if they're talking. For example, let's go. And you have a face and you put let's go right next to the face. All right. As I said, it's your subconscious, so you cannot think forever, do I like this face or I don't like this face? You just get it. So the next layer would be actions. Open again your magazine, find 3 to 5 images of actions, any actions that draw your attention, anything. It could be animal doing something, or nature doing something, or people doing something, or a kettle on a stove doing something. Just an action as a verb, as a image of what's happening, the image of the happening. So any action. And again, it could be people doing this action, or animals, or adults, or children, or Mother Nature. For example, hurricane is an action by Mother Nature. And conversation is also an action of people. All right, when you get the actions, you can cut them or read them, depending on what's most convenient and fast for you. And put those actions anywhere on your base. So some of them could be bigger, some of them could be smaller. Put them anywhere on where you have the space without thinking. Just place them where you have space, place them. They could be on top of your base layer. Some of the images on the base layer could be covered. No worries, just layer. Just like those 9 levels of consciousness that I was talking about, our life is multi-layered. So as you're doing this, you're activating the layers of subconsciousness and they start interacting with each other. Every time your eyes see something, you create neural pathways in your brain. The neural pathways in your brain with age become very stable. That's where we have our beliefs, because we always do things according to this belief. So before you thought this way, your mother thought this way, she persuaded you, now you're like this, now you're this, now you're like this, the same. And so when it's a very thick layer of repetition, we continue doing the same thing again and again and again. So in order for us to break that, we need to create new neural pathways, but we don't create new because we do things habitually. What we're doing right now, we're activating the brain plasticity so the brain can connect things that are not connectable. Especially if you do it fast, the logical mind does not have time to criticize and say, no, it should be different. No, it should be better. No, it should be something else. So do it fast, layer the actions on top of what you have. There is a base, there are people and phrases. So some of it could be covered, some of it could be revealed. If you put an image and something that you like covered, you can make a hole so that thing could be seen through the hole. It's up to you. You can cut the image in half, put the half an image, and the other half will be from another image. It's your collage. You can do anything you want, but you need to do it fast. And the last, but not the least, we are gonna find 3 to 5 images of things that you love. It could be leisure, it could be nature, it could be another face, it could be another phrase. 3 to 5 things that you love. You open it and you go, oh, it gives me a boost of energy. When I see it, I feel great. Or, oh, it's so beautiful. It's so amazing. I wish I could have it. Or it's a face of the child, or it's a face, or it's a butterfly, whatever. Or it's a phrase, or it's a word, or it's a font in the magazine. Anything that you love, anything that gives you that, that looks so good. It makes me feel so nice. All right, so 3 to 5 images, which is just a pleasure, a joy. What's joyful? Fast joy. Okay, the most interesting thing is coming, so do it fast. We cannot sit there forever because our unconscious mind becomes conscious. It becomes more and more conscious. The longer you do, the more unconscious becomes conscious. So I don't want any consciousness right now. We already spoke about 9 levels of consciousness. We already spoke about what are the 9 levels of competency in which you do not really feel competent. And now we're in the base level of collage, the people on top, the phrases on top, the actions on top, pleasure and joy on top. All right. In the beginning, I asked you to bring some circles. The circles could be the lid of any jar lid or any circle that you have. What's important to have different diameters, and you can use anything circular. I actually have some Syucai magnets here, like this, for example, is energizing with the energy of the originator. So if you have this, you can use this. All right, so what we're gonna do, you're gonna use different diameters to identify different areas of your collage. How do you do it? It's pretty simple. On the base level, where you have all the images already attached with the scotch, you have a picture. I'm gonna use this Syucai manual to show. So you take the circle, you place it, and you make a circle with your pen or marker around it. And you can place circle as many times as you wish, up to 9 times. So between 1 and 9 circle. So one circle could be smaller than the other one. In fact, the variety of the circles will help your mind to expand. So you could have different influences, different windows into reality. So use different circles to circle the places on your collage. Randomly, fast. You just put a circle, create a circle, put the next one, create the next one, next one, next one. And if you have enough space, I would love for you to have 9 of those. You can have as small as the lid of the bottle and as big as the plate. Up to you. But variety, please. Maybe some of this circle will interlace. That's okay. Maybe some of the circles, some smaller, some bigger, will touch each other. That's okay. Maybe they'll be apart from each other. It's okay. This is your life collage. And therefore, you do whatever works for you. Okay? The goal here is to create the movement and the energy. Why is it important? Everybody knows that we have December 10th today. What is December 10th? We're doing this collage on this day for a reason. 10th is 1 and 0. 1 is the energy of the beginning. 1 is the energy of structuring something, creating strategy, moving ahead with your goals ahead in life. This is the time to strategize. This is the time to analyze what needs to be done, how things needs to be done, so you can have a better result. But 0 is nothing, 0 energy. So all the efforts of this day and all the energy you wake up with can come to 0. That's why I don't have many people on this broadcast. But when I post it on a different day, more people will see it. And therefore, I decided to do it regardless of how many people come, because this is the day in which I, as a strategist of my life, want to bring something valuable to humanity. I value my life and my expertise, regardless of how other people value it. I know what I know, and therefore I choose for myself to bring that to humanity, to raise the energy just through doing this in this moment. Because every one of us is like a pebble in the cosmic energy. So we're thrown into the cosmic energy as a vibrational quality. And as I rise my vibration through working with you, everybody who's here right now, everybody who's going to be listening to this later on this year, next year, 25 years from now, because this is something that's been created in this moment with the intention to rise the energy, to rise the consciousness, to learn where the energy gets stuck and how to move it forward. This already created a change, whether you look at it or not, because you're in my prayers, because you're in my channels, because you're my audience. I have 2,600 people on Facebook. I will put it on a Facebook. So everyone is being affected by that pebble of intention, of me supporting this day with my energy. I have a lot of energy and I have a lot of joy and desire to be present to the world. And so you can do it too. This is for you. It's a role modeling. If you feel stuck, if you feel sad, if you don't know what to do, if you know how to do it, this is how you do it. You just go for it and don't wait until what will happen. Just do it and it will happen because you're doing it. And don't come to anything with expectations, because expectations, like I just explained, come from the level of consciousness you're in. So if my level of consciousness is low, I have expectations that are very high because I need that to know my value. If my level of consciousness is very high, I can have very low expectations, zero expectations, because I don't need anybody to give me the value. I am the value. That's why we're doing it today. So you understand those concepts. So you don't have to wait for anybody to do anything for you. Everything in God's hands, and those are the God's hands, because God is the electricity. It moves through us, and on a physical level, we translate that electricity into language, into the hands, into the walking forward, into the communication. And understanding this concept will help you to see your life as a kaleidoscope of different moments that are come from different level of consciousness. Because at the end, we are God's energy. We are the stars fallen into earth. We are the physical beings, but only because of the spiritual experience we're having. If we don't have spirit, we're not alive. The body could walk, but the soul will die. Right? So to bring our soul to life, we need the movement, we need the energy. All right. So now when you make all your circles, what you're gonna do now, you have this covered, right? You in your white paper that you were working with. This is your collage now, and your writing is here. So now you, the writing was here. So now you open all of it. So you have the writing and you have the circles. And now without long thinking, no thinking, because if you think too much, you will not have a surprising result. The surprising result, what we're aiming for. Surprise is the most potent energy that your brain can produce. If you don't have a surprise, you're not moving to life. You're moving to some other places. So this is what you're gonna do. You have your writing, which was the answers to every question I had, 9 questions. And you have 9 circles. And fast, without long thinking, you take the marker and you connect a writing to a circle, a writing to a circle, a writing to a circle, a writing. Just connect the writing to a circle without thinking. Within that circle, on a whole collage page, it's like a boundary of an experience. Boundary of maybe there are people here, maybe there is a pleasure here, maybe there is an action here, maybe it's just a piece of people and piece of action, because you put it randomly. So now randomly connect the writing to the experience, writing to the experience, right? Without reading or thinking too much. Because you've written it before, your subconscious knows. You don't need your consciousness here, just subconscious, okay? Something hidden, something you don't know. Just get it done, come on. Fast. Don't let your analytical mind come in and become a supervisor. Unnecessary. Okay, 2 minutes and we are done. And of course, you can pause this video and do it slower, but I would not recommend it. So now we're gonna calculate your birth information and do it on the other side of your collage, where you have 9 levels of consciousness right there, not where you have the images. On the other side, you are gonna put down your birth date. So November 5, 2005, for example. Put your birth date. Now, when you have your birth date written, calculate the first 1 or 2 numbers which are your birthday. I'm born on 25. 2 plus 5 together is 7. So to calculate the number of the day of your birth, that number is to put the single numbers together. So if you're born on 1 or 3 or 5th, it's just one number. If you're born on 15th, 17th, 11th, 2 numbers. So you bring 2 numbers together, summarize them, bring them to a single number. Okay? Now, when you calculate that number with the marker on that side where you have an image, and when you have all your writings, all those writings that you just did here, put that number. My number would be 7. I'm born on 25. So my number is 7. I'm putting my number 7 is here in the circle, so I remember here. Now you calculate your year, not the year you're born, but the year you're living in right now. You have a personal year. 2025 for everybody on Earth is, 2025 for everybody is the year number 9. Just the summary. This year is the year number 8. Every year has a meaning, has the quality of the energy between 1 and 9. So we're going to calculate your year. What year is for you right now? So for me, I'm 25th, so it's 7. June, this is 6. 7 and 6 is 13. And 13 is 1 and 3, which is 4. And this year, 2024, is the year 8. 2, 2, 4. So I'm taking my 13, which is my day and my month summary, 4, plus 8 is 12. 12 is 1 and 2. So together is 3. Right now, my personal year is year 3. The energy that affects me is the energy of the 3. Next year for me would be number 4. Even for the whole planet, it would be number 9. Number 9. All right. So calculate your year. This is the day of your birth, the month of your birth, plus 2024, which is 2 to 4. All the single numbers together will give you the number. That would be the number of your year. Once you have it, that would be your 2024. So you can put 2024 is, for me, is 3. So on the collage on top, your 2024 is the year 3. Your personal year. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, up to 9. And then 2025, of course, would be next. So you put on your collage 2025 is my year 4, but your would be different. Yes? So on your collage, where you have the images and the writing, you have number 7. This is you, how you think, how you perceive the world, what your soul desires, what your ego desires. And this is the year. This is the energy that you feel that affects what you desire, the energy that amplifies or takes away from what you desire. Okay, depending on the energy you experience as a positive or as a negative, which depends on the conscious level. Because if your conscious level is stuck with your kids, for example, right? You have adult kids, but you're always worried about them. Then your year, your energy that is given to you, personal energy to support you, you try to overload it on this family of your kids. So it's important to understand where you are in perspective of the humanity, because everyone who is around you has a different year, a different energy, and also a common energy. We also have a personal month and a personal day. We're not working with it right now, only a year, because we are planning, we're setting the goals for the next year, depending on what's going on right now. All right. So when you have your day of birth, write down my lenses. It's like eyeglasses. Everything you see is through these eyeglasses. Or you can say my soul desires. Or you can say my ego desires, which is your mind contemplating what your soul desires. But actually it's about your soul. The ego overcomes the soul. Now we have a whole big thing to analyze, and I'm going to give you the keys how to analyze it. If you did not do all the calculations properly, pause the video, think about it, calculate, summarize, write down, and then we'll go into this deciphering your collage. All right. The keys. It is extremely important for you to work with this collage gradually. There is a lot of information that is there. This information is God-given information. You're a channel. Universe talks to you all the time. We don't listen because there is a noise. So this collage is for you to stop the noise, to focus, to look, to hear, to transcribe the message for yourself. Of course, I can give you all the details, but it would be my details through my year and through my lenses given to you. And even though I am a really great coach and very intuitive, I would strongly suggest that you do it for yourself. If you cannot do it, or if you've done it and you want my advice, we can set up a schedule, a session. I do consultations for living. This is what I do. I'll be happy to help you. This is a personal consultation. This is the methodology. I'm giving you a methodology how to understand yourself through the digital psychology and what the images that you've created. So in your notebook, you can write a very simple key to understand the numbers. So the numbers are like this. Number 1 is the strategist. It's about strategy, management, and implementation. Number 2, relationships, diplomacy. Number 3, analysis, systematization. Number 3, analysis, systematization. Number 4, Setting and accomplishing goals. Setting and accomplishing goals. Number 4, setting and accomplishing goals. Number 5, logical sequential action. Logical sequential action. Number 5, logical sequential action for scale. For scale. Number 6, creation and comfort. Comfortable relationship, comfortable spaces, comfort and creation. Psychology of comfortable creation. Number 7, perfection, improvement, realization. Perfection, improvement, realization. Number 7, perfection, improvement, realization. Number 8, control of the processes to accomplish a result intended. Control of the processes. Process controlling. Building the process and controlling it. Number 9, service to humanity, altruism, idea generation. Number 9, service to humanity, altruism, idea generation. Those are the people who generate ideas all the time. All right. There are a lot of information behind those words and numbers. We have master classes for that. If you're interested, we also have a school of Syucai. If you're interested, talk to me, I will explain. But right now, we are trying to look into the keys of what's going on there. So 9 questions in the very beginning are in this order, 1 to 9. The years are in this order. So if you have year number 1, it's the year of strategy, of creating a long-term strategy and managing that long-term strategy. If it's year number 2, it's about diplomacy, building relationships, connecting to other people. Number 3 is about systematization and analysis of what's going on in your life or in your business. If it's year number 4, it's about getting enough information to understand what's the relevant goal for you, setting the goal and accomplishing this goal. Number 5 is about communication and scaling, depending on how well you communicate about the usefulness of what you're doing or the products that you're sharing through communication. Number 6 is about finding comfortable way of relating to people, creating comfort in your life, and realizing yourself as a creator. As a creator, making love is about creating children. So making love in your line of work is creating projects. 7 is the year of realization, and for realization you need discipline and you need a fast action. If you miss the momentum, there is no realization. So it's deciding what you want to be doing, taking an action that comes with realization, which gives you the energy. The soul starts singing, you have more energy. Now you can create processes that bring you to material result. Number 8, right? You build processes, you control those processes, so you have the result intended. And number 9 is you already accomplished things, you are seeing great results, you can be an altruist from this point, you can share with other people your service, and you can generate ideas. when you work with people, ideas come to you in magnitude, so you can share those ideas. So when you look at your writing and where you get the error connecting you to the event on your collage, because your collage is the screenshot of your life right now. This is how you are. This is the level of your consciousness. This is the level of your desires. This is the level of your accomplishments. All of it is there. So you read your answer, then you go to the events that are disconnected to this writing, to this answer. For example, the question was, what's the most important in your life? First question. And let's say you've connected that first question with the circle. And in this circle is everything that you need to remember and know, and how to resolve that, about that important thing in your life. So one day you only work on this number one, remembering that you're a strategist, that what this circle is reminding you, what associations it gives, helps you strategize. So looking into it and looking at your answer, you write down your thoughts, your ideas, your insights, and the strategy based on it. First, you write your thoughts, your ideas, your understandings. Anything that comes, at least 5 to 10 minutes, you just write. And then you create the strategy based on it. Then maybe another day or another week, I suggest do it for a week so you can cover 9 days within a week and a half. Next day, look into number two. Number two is relationship. Look at your answer. What was there to that question? What you've connected on this collage? What's in that circle? Write down everything that comes to you as you look into the circle and you think of that question, and that number two is relationship. What is it about? How is relationship in your life? And you start getting insights from your writing. And then you write for yourself a goal. What needs to be done? What's my desire about it? Then you look into number three. Number three is the systems and instructions and analysis. So you look what you wrote there, you look at your circle, and you start thinking about it, and you get insights and you write it down. Every time you sit down, write down at least 10 minutes. Before, less than 10 minutes, you're not going to have much. After 10 minutes, actually insights are start coming, but you keep writing. Don't stop writing. First, it's like opening the faucet. First, the water may be warm, not so clear, and then it gets cooler and more clear. So be cooler and more clear by giving it a time. Okay. Number four, what kind of information do I see in my circle? That answer connected to that circle. Why are they connected? What am I seeing there? What am I not seeing there? What it reminds me of? What is it about for me? How do I feel about it? What do I really see? Who might be there? Am I in this circle? If I'm in this circle, who am I in this circle? Who are the people in this circle? What are the actions? How it's related to my life? And you write down, and then from there, the goal arrives. Number five is about scale. It's about understanding how you communicate. So you see what you answered, you see the circle that you've connected with, and start working on this as well. Number six is being a creator, being in charge of your own comfort and not waiting for somebody else to do it, being in charge of your communication with people, with love, with connection that brings love back to you. And looking at the circle, what's in the circle? Associations, feelings, ideas, strategies, desires, whatever comes, write it down. And then what can I do better for this year? Where I can create more comfort, more love? What could I create? Where my creation got stuck? So analyze every circle. Number seven is about energy. I create energy for realization. No energy, no realization. No clarity, no realization. So pay attention. What kind of movement am I creating? Am I moving toward my goal? Am I doing something, or I'm just dreaming about it? And the more you analyze the circle, the easier it becomes. Every time, what do I see? What do I feel? How do I feel about this? What comes to mind? Who comes to mind? What are the events that slow me down? What supports me? Where do I get my energy from? Look into the circle, connect, write down. Number 8, what are the processes that I'm creating? Am I creating efficient, sufficient, self-sufficient processes? Are they goal-oriented? Are they in the same direction that my goal is? Are they taking energy away or bringing energy to me? So every time you expand your level of consciousness by looking into this circle, the dream circle, the things that you dream about are there. The things that you don't like are also there. It's the level of consciousness from which you look into it that gives you the answer. Write it down. And then number 9, what kind of service? What do I want to give? What is the thing that I have so much of that I'm happy to give? Because we always try to give from the lack of, from the scarcity. Scarcity is a state of mind. It's not real. Because if you don't have enough of this, you have something else. But we always try to give what we don't have, and then we feel we didn't get anything back. Altruism is giving. It has nothing to do with getting back. If you're getting something back, good for you. Maybe somebody wants to give you a gift as well. But this level of consciousness I give because I have so much is the wealth. The wealth does not come with the amount of money. It comes with the state. And if somebody is asking you for it, this person does not have enough. Even if they have all the money in the world, they do not have enough of what you have. You just give it to them. I had a client today. He's multimillionaire one day, then he loses. Then he gains, then he loses. Then he gains, then he loses. So I give him. Sometimes I take from him. It's like $500 today. And the other than like, okay, you're not in a place where I can get a penny from you because you have no energy. And if you have no energy, you won't produce anything. Then he takes, charges himself up, produces, and comes back with the money. So you understand, money is not an issue. The state of mind is. And so as you work with every circle, with every answer, and with every number, you start learning your digital psychology is within you. It's not something outside of you. It's how you live. It's your energy. It's your actions. It's your strategies. It's your relationships. It's your systems. It's your businesses. So as you start looking into it, you open that channel that I'm opening for you right now. You're in my field. In my field, you know stuff. So use it. Don't abuse it. Take it. Use it. Bring it to your heart. Open your heart to yourself to understand that the only value in this life is you. Then the house, then the car, then the kids, then the... Because the car needs to be there so you can travel and do things that you need. And the house needs to be there so you sustain your life, so you can be the service for the world. Okay? It's not the other way around. When I have all of this, I will be better. No. Be better now. You can. And I know you won't. That's what your soul desires. All right? So my soul, as you well understand, number 7, is fast realization. So boom, 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 you have your collage. You have the field of digital psychology I've downloaded to. Your job is to unpack. So have an amazing day. Have an amazing week. I would love for you to give me some feedback. If you can post your collages, I would be very grateful to see. Maybe I will unpack some of those collages in our channel. Please invite people here. I'm not bothering you with many events, but those I produce matter. I am a medical intuitive. I'm a business intuitive. I'm intuitive by nature. I came from Siberian mountains, and I am here for you. Take it. Sometimes you don't have energy to take. I understand. You need energy to be able to take and integrate. But slowly and surely, you will gain energy in interaction. So I give you a gift of my presence. Would you give yourself a gift of your presence in your life? I'm looking forward to your collages. Thank you for being with me. You really inspired me. I am amazed how you make me speak from my heart, because if I'm doing it absolutely alone, I can record videos alone, but they don't have the same energy. You inspire me in a way like nobody else. I enjoy that communication, and I see things happening in the future as well, like this. And I hope we have people that want to collaborate and work together and bring a level of consciousness to humanity that is lacking right now. People are lost, very lost. So together we can do that, and we will, and we want to. And that's what our soul is about. All right, have an amazing, amazing week. Much love. Post your collage, 1, 2, or 25. I will absolutely give you a feedback on it, but you should give me yours. This is an energy exchange. You give me your understanding and I'll give you mine. All right. Goodbye.